Apple just dropped something that changes the game again. But hold on, is this new MacBook Air actually worth your money? Or is it just another barely there update wrapped in a fancy marketing bow? Well, let's just say this one has a little twist that Apple didn't scream about, but I definitely noticed. And trust me, you're going to want to stick around for this one. The M4 MacBook Air, a laptop that looks eerily familiar. Same sleek aluminum body, same MagSafe charging, same barely there blue color. Seriously, if Apple went any lighter, they might as well call it Ghost Blue. But what's actually new? And more importantly, should you even care? First up, the price. It's back to $999 for the base model. That's right. After creeping up to $1,199 with the M2, Apple has finally blessed us with a price cut. And that's a big deal. Why? Because this isn't just any base model. It now comes with 16 gigs of RAM by default. If you know anything about Apple, that's massive, because normally, upgrading RAM feels like paying luxury tax and overpriced theme park. And storage? 256 gigs. Still kind of tight, but let's be real, that's what cloud storage is for. Let's talk about performance. Because this M4 chip, Apple's been flexing this chip in the iPad Pro and Mac Mini already, and now it's in a laptop. And even though it's passively cooled, meaning no fans, it still manages to pull off some seriously impressive power. You could be stacking up 20 Safari tabs, editing high-res photos, or even throwing some 4K footage into Final Cut Pro, and this thing will barely break a sweat. It's wild how far the Air has come. A few years ago, even thinking about high-end editing on an Air was laughable. Now, it's totally doable. But here's where it gets interesting. The M4 isn't just about raw speed, it's about AI. This chip is built with Apple Intelligence in mind, meaning all those AI-powered features, like real-time transcription, background cutouts, and even faster photo enhancements, run smoother and quicker than before. Is it groundbreaking? No, but it's nice to see Apple thinking ahead, making sure even the basic laptop can handle future AI-driven tasks. And then there's the battery. Apple didn't really talk about this much, but I did some digging, and they slightly increased the battery capacity from 52.6 watt-hours to 53.8. I know it's a tiny bump, but every little bit counts when you're pushing more power. Now, let's get to something Apple did talk about, the new color. It's called Sky Blue. But if you ask me, they should have called it, wait, is that even blue? Because under certain lights, it looks just like silver. It's giving LaCroix energy, as in someone just whispered blue near it before shipping it out. But aside from color, the design, it's exactly the same. Same thin and light build, same beautiful aluminum finish. And yes, the same notch at the top of the screen. Love it or hate it, it's here to stay. It's still 60 Hertz. No mini LED, no promotion. And honestly, that stings a little. I get that Apple wants to keep high-end displays for Pro lineup, but come on, even a slight refresh rate bump would have been nice. Now, who is this laptop for? If you're coming from an Intel MacBook, this is a huge upgrade. No-brainer. If you have an M1 Air, you could upgrade, but honestly, you're probably fine. And if you have an M2 or M3, yeah, no, keep your wallet closed. But what if you're on a tight budget? Here's where it gets interesting, because the previous generation MacBook Air is now selling for $799 at Best Buy. It's still fast, still great, just with 8 gigabytes RAM instead of 16. If you don't need the latest and greatest, that's an insane deal. The M4 MacBook Air is not a game changer, but it is one of the best value MacBooks we've seen in a while. Same great design, better performance, lower price. I do wish Apple had pushed the display forward a bit, and the color is whatever. But at the end of the day, this is still the most accessible Mac laptop out there, and that's a win for most people. So what do you think? Is this the perfect laptop for you? Or are you holding out for something even better? Let me know in the comments. And if you made it this far, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.